everybody, it's me, Rosie again. Now, have you noticed anything strange about me? If you said the tooth, you're right. This tooth I just lost yesterday. I put it under my pillow and the tooth fairy came and took it and left me this. Now, why do we have the tooth fairy and what does she do with our teeth? Let's find out today with a legend. Once upon a time, when there was only the sun in the sky at morning and only the moon in the sky at night, there were no stars then. But up above the clouds, there was a land, a fairyland. There was a fairyland. There were many fairies in there. You might think that they only live with magic, but it's not true. They go to school too. Well, there was one little fairy. She was a sparkler fairy, one of the rarest in the kingdom, and she was the only one. She could give things glitter or shine, and she can turn ugly things into beautiful things, or beautiful things into another beautiful things. So, one day she was late for her graduation because she rescued a bird that was falling out of a tree, a baby bird one. And then she had to take the mother bird and her nest to the healer up in the land of the fairy, so the healer could make the bird feel better. Then she realized she was late and rushed to her school. But all the jobs were finished. There was no job left for her. The teacher said she was free to fly around the world, so she did, a little sadly. And when we passed a castle, she heard a scream and went to the window to see what's happening. A girl had lost a tooth. She was talking to her mother, and her mother was explaining. When the girl put her tooth under a pillow and went to sleep, the fairy snuck in and took the tooth out. It was white as snow. Well, then she took it and said, "What about some stars in the sky?" Well, but she thought that the tooth wasn't hers, so she didn't take it. But then an idea struck her. She picked up a falling leaf and turned it with her wand into a coin. She put the coin under the pillow instead of the tooth. And then she flew to the windowsill, pulled out her wand again, and turned the beautiful white tooth into a dazzling star. Then she threw the dazzling stars high up in the sky. So, that's the end of our story. But the tooth fairy has a name because she collects so many tooth. Now, what do we learn from the story? We learned that if we want to do something for the world, we can do it. It's just a matter of are we ready to find it yet. And if you want the stars to shine very brightly, brush your teeth very carefully. Brush at least 2 times a day with lots of toothpaste. So now it's the end of this topic, and goodbye.